Imagine walking through a quiet desert, minding your own business, when suddenly you see a bush on fire. The flames are bright and alive, yet the bush is not burning away. It isn't turning to ashes. You stop. You stare. Something about this moment feels different, important. This is the story of the burning bush, a story about fear, purpose, and finding the courage to answer a call bigger than yourself. Our story begins in the wilderness, a dry and lonely place. Here lives a man named Moses. Long ago, Moses lived in a palace and experienced a life of comfort and power. But now his life looks very different. He is a shepherd, spending his days caring for sheep. Moses is not famous. He is not respected. He is simply trying to live quietly and stay out of trouble. Moses carries a painful past with him. He once made a serious mistake, and because of it, he had to run away from everything he knew. Years have passed since then. Moses believes his story is already written. He thinks his chance to do something meaningful is gone. In his mind, he is just a shepherd now, nothing more. One day, while leading his sheep deeper into the desert than usual, Moses notices something strange. In the distance, he sees a bush on fire. At first, it doesn't seem unusual. Fires happen in the desert. But as he watches, he realizes something is wrong. The bush is burning, but it is not being destroyed. The flames keep dancing, yet the bush remains alive. Curious, Moses decides to go closer. As he approaches, a voice suddenly calls out from the fire, "Moses, Moses." Startled and afraid, Moses answers, "Here I am." The voice warns him not to come any closer and tells him to remove his sandals because the ground he is standing on is holy. Moses obeys, his heart racing, realizing that this is no ordinary moment. The voice tells Moses that it is the God of his ancestors speaking. Overcome with fear and awe, Moses covers his face. He knows he is standing before something powerful and holy. Then, the voice speaks with compassion, saying that God has seen the suffering of his people, heard their cries, and knows their pain. This is not a distant or uncaring God. This is a God who notices suffering and is moved by it. Then comes a moment Moses never expected. God tells him that he has been chosen to lead the people out of slavery. Moses is shocked. He feels unqualified and overwhelmed. He asks, "Who am I to do this?" Moses sees only his weaknesses, his past mistakes, and his fear. God answers simply, "I will be with you." Not with promises of greatness or strength, but with the assurance of presence. Still, Moses doubts. He worries that people won't believe him. He asks what he should say if they question who sent him. God responds by revealing his name, "I am who I am," a name that shows God is eternal, present, and unchanging. To help Moses believe, God gives him signs. His staff turns into a snake, and his hand becomes sick and then healed again. These signs show that when God calls someone, he also provides the power to carry out the mission. Yet Moses continues to hesitate. He says he is not a good speaker and fears he will fail. God responds patiently, reminding Moses that he is the one who gives people their ability to speak and promises to help him find the words. At last, Moses stops arguing. He is still afraid, but he is willing to go. In that moment, everything changes. Moses is no longer just a shepherd in the desert. He is becoming a leader. The burning bush teaches a powerful lesson. God often calls ordinary people at unexpected moments. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to feel ready. Like Moses, many of us doubt ourselves and avoid big responsibilities because we are afraid of failing. But sometimes, the very thing that scares us most is where our true purpose lies. The bush burned without being destroyed, reminding us that challenges don't always consume us. Sometimes they reveal who we are meant to be. The story of the burning bush is not just about Moses. It is about listening when life calls you to something greater